Number 26. Which of the following is not in the norms of conduct under RA 6713? Here are the following options. And the correct answer is Delta, responsiveness to the private. Republic Act number 6713 is an act establishing a code of conduct and ethical standards for public employees and officials to uphold the time honored. Next, number 27. Almost yearly since the term of President B.S. Aquino III, teachers of the Department of Education have been getting salary increases and increased benefits. Improved working conditions are also part of the package, which early law spelled out such required benefits. Here are the following options for A, B, C, and D. And the answer is Alpha, Magna Carta for Public School Teachers. RA 4670 is an act to promote and improve the social and economic status of public school teachers, their living and working conditions, their terms of employment, and career prospects. Next, number 28. With knowledge explosion, which image of the teacher is unacceptable? So again, we have here the following choices, and the correct answer is bravo, omniscient teacher. Because what is an omniscient teacher? Meaning the teacher is all-knowing. But remember, only God is omniscient or all-knowing. Next, number 29. Which one is an alternative learning system? Moves an itinerant teacher with the use of modules, teaches a small group of pupils for a week, then moves to another community the following week. So here are the choices, and the correct answer is Alpha, mobile teacher. So how about para teacher? What is a para teacher? Republic Act number 9293. This is an act amending certain sections of RA number 7836, which is otherwise known as the Philippine Teachers Professionalization Act of 1994. So those who failed the licensure examination for professional teachers with a rating of not lower than 5 percentage points from the passing general average rating, meaning the taker got 70 to 74%. So he or she shall be eligible as para teachers upon issuance by the board of a 2-year renewable for a non-extendable period of 2 years. Next, number 30. Charles Duke graduated as magna cum laude. In pursuance to the provisions of the law, he will be granted automatic civil service eligibility by the government by virtue of, what do you think is the correct answer? Yes, it's Alpha, Presidential Decree 907. This is granted to honored graduates. Now, how about Presidential Decree 106? So this is naming and renaming of historical edifices and landmarks. Then, of course, for PD 1006, that is PBET or Professional Board Examination for Teachers. And then for Presidential Decree 6-A, this is Educational Development Decree of 1972, which is also an educational development project. All right, so let's proceed to number 31. Mr. Romel Sion is a public school teacher who is facing civil case before the Regional Trial Court of Quezon City. He is entitled of a free legal assistance by the government by virtue of, again, we have here the following options, and the correct answer is Charlie, Batas Pambansa, bilang 232. So how about PD number 1? This is the executive branch of the national government. And then we have RA 9728, the Freeport of Bataan. And then Educational Development Decree of 1972, or PD6-A. This is the Educational Development Project. Next, number 32. What is the main framework of RA 9155 or the Governance of Basic Education Act of 2001? So given the following options, which do you think is the correct answer? Yes, it's Delta, accountability and authority. So stipulated in RA 9155, this is an act instituting a framework of governance for basic education, establishing authority and accountability, renaming the Department of Education, Culture and Sports as the Department of Education and for other purposes. Next, number 33. To occupy a government position, one had to pass an examination on Confucian thought. From whom did this influence come? So again, given the following options, the right answer is yes, it's Bravo, Chinese. Why? Take note that Confucian thought is from a Chinese philosopher named Confucius. Next, number 34. When enrollees cannot be accommodated in the public schools due to lack of teachers and classrooms, they are referred to the private schools under the, again, we have here the following options, and the answer is Bravo, Educational Service Contracting Scheme. And what is this all about? This is a partnership program by the Department of Education aimed at decongesting overcrowded public junior high schools. So the ESC is a government program wherein financial assistance, it is in the form of tuition subsidies extended to a qualified elementary school graduates who wish to pursue junior high school, that is from grade 7 to 10 in private schools. So let's continue. Number 35. When all other requirements are met, when should religion be taught in public schools as provided for in the Constitution? So again, we have here the options. The answer is Delta, within the regular class hours. Why? Again, as stipulated in the 1987 Constitution, Article 14, Section 3, Paragraph 3. At the option expressed in writing by the parents or guardians, religion shall be allowed to be taught to their children or wards in public elementary and high schools within the regular class hours by instructors. Now let's continue. Number 36. Free and compulsory education as mandated in the 1987 Constitution holds true for, we have here the following options, and the correct answer is Charlie, elementary education. Why? Again, in the 1987 Constitution, Article 14, Section 2, Paragraph 2. Establish and maintain a system of free public education in the elementary and high school levels without limiting the natural right of parents to rear their children. Elementary education is compulsory for all children of school age. In other words, free and compulsory elementary education, whereas high school education is only free but not compulsory. All right, so let's proceed. Number 37. School-based management as part of the BESRA or Basic Education Sector Reform Agenda. It is a reform in public schools which has provided some sort of freedom and responsibilities to school as a unit of school management. So this list of responsibilities and corresponding freedom is referred to as, again, you have here the given options, and the correct answer is Charlie, school autonomy. So what is this school autonomy? This means that the schools have the free will and can stand behind their actions and their values. In other words, no one is forcing the schools to do something they disagree with. Whereas when we talk about school independence, this means that the schools don't need or accept help, resources, or care from others. Next, number 38. Which domain in the National Competency-Based Teacher Standards focuses the idea that teachers serve as positive and powerful role models? Given again the following choices, the correct answer is bravo, correct. Social regard for learning. So take note that the teacher in this domain as a positive role model for students. So let's continue. Number 39. Which domain in the National Competency Based Teacher Standard or NCBTS upholds gender sensitivity? So given the following options, what is the correct answer? Yes, it's alpha, learning environment. So this domain has the indicator that the teacher creates an environment that promotes fairness. Next, number 40. Which NCBTS domain creates situations that encourage learners to use high order thinking skills or what we call as HATS? So given the following options, the answer is bravo, curriculum. So again, in the domain curriculum, we have here the indicator selects teaching methods, learning activities, and instructional materials or resources appropriate to learners and aligned to the objectives of the lesson. Number 41. Under which career stage in the PPST or Philippine Professional Standard for Teachers does the new let passer fall? So again, we have here the options. The correct answer is alpha, beginning. So remember that there are four career stages and beginning here supported to reach career stage 2 and career stage 2 is the proficient stage within 2 to 3 years. And this beginning teacher gained the qualifications. So career stage 2 is proficient, professionally independent in the application of skills. Now, how about novice? Meaning has just started learning, and then greenhorn lacks experience. Number 42. Which domain of the NCBTS was replaced by content knowledge and pedagogy? So we have here the following options. And what is the correct answer? Yes, very good. You have bravo. Social regard for learning. So take a look at the similarities and the differences between NCBTS and PPST. All right, so let's proceed to number 43. The PPST or the Philippine Professional Standard for Teachers is written from broad to specific strokes. Which are most broad? So again, given the following options, the correct answer is alpha, domains. You're right. So from domains, you have the more specific dimensions of teacher practice in PPST. These are called strands. And then from the strands to indicators. These are concrete, observable, and measurable teacher behaviors. Next, number 44, which was formerly part of the domain on assessment in the NCBTS, but is now included in the domain on curriculum in the PPST. So again, given the following options, what is the correct answer? Yes, correct. It's Delta planning. So again, take a look at the chart, NCBTS versus PPST. So here in the PPST, you have now curriculum and planning. Next, number 45. It is a shared undertaking between the superior and the employee that allows an open discussion of job expectations, key result areas, objectives, and how these align to overall department goals. So given the following options, what do you think is the answer? Yes, it's Bravo. RPMS. So what does RPMS stand for? RPMS stands for Results Based Performance Management System. This is an organization wide process of ensuring that employees focus work efforts towards achieving the DepEd vision, mission, values, and strategic priorities. It is also a mechanism to manage, monitor, and measure performance and identify human resource and organizational development needs. All right, so let's now proceed to number 46. Under Republic Act 10912 or the Continuing Professional Development Act of 2016, how many CPD units are required for the renewal of the teacher's professional ID card every 3 years? So again, you have here the following options. The correct answer is Charlie, 45. All right, next, number 47. The control and administration of all educational institutions shall be vested in the citizens of the Philippines is stipulated in, again, you have here the following options. And what's the answer? All right, so the correct answer is Charlie. PD number 176 refers to the ownership of schools. Then how about PD 6-A? This is the Education Development Project or the Educational Development Decree of 1972. And then PD 1006, PBET, or the Professional Board Examination for Teachers. Okay, and of course, we have Educational Development Decree of 1972, which is also Presidential Decree 6-A or the Education Development Project. Next, number 48. As provided for in the Education Act of 1982, how are the institutions of learning encouraged to see higher standards of quality over and above the minimum required for state recognition? So once again, given the following options, the correct answer is Charlie, voluntary accreditation. Batas Pambansa bilang 232, Article 3, Section 29 on voluntary accreditation. The ministry shall encourage programs of voluntary accreditation for institutions which desire to meet standards of quality over and above minimum required for state recognition. Next, we have question number 49. Section 5, Article 14 of the 1987 Constitution provides that the state shall assign the highest budgetary priority to education to, given the following options for A, B, C, and D. What do you think is the final answer? Yes, it's Charlie. Attract the best available talents through adequate remuneration. So again, as stipulated in the 1987 Constitution, Article 14, Section 5, Paragraph 5, the state shall assign the highest budgetary priority to education and ensure that teaching will attract and retain its rightful share of the best available talents through adequate remuneration and other means of job satisfaction and fulfillment. So let's continue. Number 50. The mother tongue of the learner shall be the primary medium of instruction for teaching and learning in the kindergarten level, except when, again, we have here the following choices. So what's your answer? Yes, it's Delta. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that ends our rationalization for set 1. Thank you for listening and God bless us all.